Could you not do that?
Really?
Just don't do that. Don't drink drinks.
Really?
Just don't do that. Don't drink like you normally drink the drinks.
Purple and blue tie, the shears gone thin with use. The bicycle safe in a knot of sapling dust, the bargains in the bin, the phony message on the bulletin board, the wise crack of an owl sparking up a cool mental breath on this deep winter night. Flint grabbed at his own shadow and buried a small leaf inside his pocket. That's one for the display. The bike creaked down the towpath. Pools of history splashed up into the air. The tyre sagged and a lost curlew hummed and hard as its wing got a splash of mud. Sharply long before you're home, Flint said, and thought about his home in between a near miss with a huge drunken boatman coming in close to his moored wreck of sodden wood and embers crying out for dust. Fancy nipping in, the boatman said. I can run a few stories past you. I got Russian 80% booze. Who you tryna fool? 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 The embered canal boatman strewn with 1,000 rags and a choir sunken with 100 sleeps flicked his finger and nodded me in. But this I will say, I noticed an element of sadness in the captain of the high seas, scoffed and lonely in his humbling wealth of a home. And a week later, on my way to collect water, me and the boatman met again. Hello there, Flint, how's the bones and the sweet night air pickle jar of worried thoughts and calamity? That's what I was going to ask you, I said. Fancy a top-up? We headed for the table. The last bottle was next to the next, and behind that another. Tuck in, the river is always flowing. Sometime in the night and morning, I went twitchy for something. Maybe a bag of crisps, or a little deeper, maybe trying to act and not think, or act and think, or think and act. I don't know. It was something along those lines. We headed out of the boat for the something. Honestly, it wasn't that complicated. We all do it every day and every night. It was just some stuff. The boatman grabbed my arm on the way back, confrontational. Next time you come around, you've got to drop, I don't know, something and some stuff. And can you pay for my crisps out of your armoury? I did, and I went back to Tuesday week, all toughened up with precise meaning. The driftwood was collecting against the dam walls, and we used it to step over some weird currents. This kind of meeting went on for a couple of years. Honestly, it felt like a lost weekend. The boatman passed away. I bought his boat, and I posted his daughter in Ireland £1,300. Who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to fool? Who are you trying to fool? Who 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 you try
What are psychedelic drugs? What are psychedelic drugs? What are psychedelic? What are psychedelic? What are psychedelic? The first thing to be said is what are psychedelic? The first thing to be said is that there are no new arrival on the human historical scene. The first thing to be said is that there are no new arrival on the human historical scene. The first thing to be said is that there are no new arrival on the human historical scene. The first thing to be said is that there are no new arrival on the human historical scene. The first thing to be said is back to the dawn of human history. The first thing to be said is back to the dawn of human history. The first thing to be said is back to the dawn of human history. The first thing to be said is back to the dawn of human history. Wise men, medicine men, prophets, wise men, medicine men, prophets, wise men, medicine men, to expand man's mind, medicine men. 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 To expand man's mind, LSD, LSD, mescaline, LSD, mescaline, dimethyltryptamine. 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 LSD, psilocybin. Psilocybin. What are psychedelic drugs? 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 What are psychedelic drugs
I can't even say what I'm laughing at. I can't 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 say what I'm laughing at.
Could you not do that? Could you not do that? Just don't do that. 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 Just don't do that.